in the same weekend.
Brooke Yanez back in the circle. It's been a spectacular season for her. She was really good yesterday, picked up the win in game one. Went the entire way. And all told this year, she is 15-4, 114 in the third innings. She has 32 earned runs, and that amazing strikeout to walk ratio, 167 Ks, just 30 walks, and immediately going to be a fun matchup here. Tegan Cowles, the right-handed hitting right fielder for Stanford, digging on in for her first hacks today. Going to try and play quickly here today, Adam, with rain in the forecast later. And we are just about ready for softball.
The second game, Cowles went 0 for 4, 1 for 6 total on the afternoon yesterday. See if she can change that right here.
Yeah. One triple away from leading Pac-12 players all time. And having another great season. The first pitch, tall and tight at 1 p.m. right on time here at the Jane. A 6 or 7 mile an hour breeze coming in from left field. So 1-0 to Tegan Cowles. She plays with her head on fire, and the 1-0 in the air, shallow right bunker to her left, grabs it out of the air for the first out of today's game. And Tegan Cowles is retired, and her struggles continue for the Cardinal. She has struggled recently. She is now just 1 for her last 14. She passes the bat to the center fielder, Taylor Gindelsberger. Left on left, she shows and pulls back. On a bunt attempt, it's 1-0. Gindelsberger, while she isn't the all-time leader in triples on this team, has 6 for the team this year and is tied for the national lead. 1-0, she swings and hits a line drive outside first. Foul ball, 1-1. And that triple, her 6th of the season yesterday, which again tied the lead nationally, was an important one for Stanford. That was a part of that 2-run 6th inning that gave Stanford all the separation that they needed in that win. 1-1 to the lefty. The center fielder whiffs and misses at 61, buried down low. And it's 1-2.
We saw it in her first contact, trying to rope it down the right field line again, and deservedly so. As a lefty, you often have that right just about 5 feet from being in play.
So Yanez ahead in the count. Started off with a strikeout stuff yesterday, and a strikeout of Gindelsberger in the first inning. This time she stays alive, though, swinging and tapping it foul.
Nearly off her foot as well. And
yeah,
Jordan,
call made. Sorry, Adam. Go ahead.
I was just saying, you mentioned how Brooke Yanez shouts out ducks on the second pitch of the game. I unfortunately wasn't paying enough attention again.
Balls and strikes going to be called today by Megan Rabin. And this is an crew that has gotten a lot of chatter about them the last few days. Front door just narrowly missing the corner with the cutting action. It's 2-2. So Rabin is thereby home. Eric Hawthorne, who caught most of those headlines yesterday, he is at third today. Now the 2-2 to Gindelsberger. She swings and pops one. Shallow left field. Brito ranges out. Going to be called off? No. She makes the call herself. And she tells Hannah Delgado and Deja Pangilinan to hold off. And the shortstop makes a nice play, a medium shallow left field.
Good communication, absolutely. That ball is more than in the outfield, and left fielder, center fielder, and Brito are all in play for that.
So 2 quick outs, and Eleni Sparakis comes to the plate. A 3-hole hitter for the Cardinal. And the first pitch to her. Yanez gives her an off-speed pitch to start it off. It's called a strike, and that would make sense because in game one yesterday, Sparakis got the scoring started, taking Yanez deep to left center field. So Yanez keeps her off balance on the first pitch. Here's the second. It's grounded foul, and this time Yanez is ahead 0-2.
Had an RBI in both games. The total went 2 for 5 yesterday.
It is 0-2 to Sparakis. 323 hitter, 4 homers, 5 doubles, a triple, and 25 batted in. 0-2. Yanez looking to get through a clean first, and she deals a pitch away at 62. Oregon defensively, Delgado in left, Pangolinan again in center. She played their game too, and Haley Cruz right back there in right field. Now the 1-2, a swing and a miss. 63 as she climbs the ladder and picks up her first strikeout of the game to end the top of the first. We'll give you the rest of the Oregon field next time they're out there, but for now we send it to a break. We come back with Cruz, Delgado, and Brito. 1-2-3 for the Ducks against Reagan Krause, the freshman from Stanford. Keep it tuned. KWVA Eugene, 88.1 FM.
KWVA. KWVA.
Would it be crazy if you just stopped everything, packed your bags and left for a week, a month, a year? What if you left for 2 years? Would people think you'd lost your mind? What if you were going far away to help in a village on the edge of the Gobi Desert? A village crowded with Buddhist temples, not skyscrapers. A place where there isn't a word for recluse, but 1,000 words for community. Would it be crazy to go 5,000 miles from home? To spend time with people the rest of the world only reads about? To build libraries and fill them with stories? Prepare a meal with food you helped grow? To teach children and learn a thing or two about yourself? Would that be crazy? Peace Corps. Life is calling. How far will you go? To find out more, call 1-800-424-8580 or visit peacecorps.gov.
Hey, this is former KWVA Sports Director Chris Clayton. You are listening to the exclusive home of Oregon softball, KWVA. Let's get back to the game.
It's the freshman pitcher, undeclared with her major from Pontiac, Illinois, getting the start. Their second in the series for Stanford. It's Reagan Krause, standing at 5'10", and she'll face Haley Cruz here in the home half of inning number 1, a scoreless ball game at the Janes. Starts her off with 66. Cruz takes a strike. It's 0-1.
Not to play comparison, but Yanez got ahead of every single count of the 3 batters. Krause can do the same as she did right here with Haley Cruz.
0-1 to Cruz. She swings, grounds one to short. Young Fields has to hurry and almost muffed at first, but Sparakis hangs on, and Cruz grounds out on 2 pitches.
Sparakis with a serial bowl catch at first. Often don't see that, but just wasn't low enough to sidearm the catch. Nonetheless, still out at first.
Haley Cruz is sent down. She's looking for a hit today. That would be 31 and 38 for her. Hannah Delgado next. She is starting to get going for the Ducks, hitting .328. Krause paints the outside corner. It's 0-1.
Delgado had a team-high 7 at-bats yesterday, mustered up 2 hits as well as an RBI.
She has a homer, a triple, and 6 doubles to go along with her 14 batted in this season. And the 0-1, she's late for it. It's fouled back to the screen. Both her hits yesterday came not against Reagan Krause, it came against Elena Votter. The walk-off hit in game 1, which is a double down the right field line, of course, the controversial play. And in the first inning against Votter in game 2, speared a single to left field. Find 0-2, and the pitch is off speed. Delgado, a 2-hopper over a second. Throw gets her at first to Sparakis by about a step. 2 quick outs. Setting the defense for Stanford today, Kate Cressy, after her first 2 hits of the season yesterday, is shaded out there near the line and left. Taylor Gindelsberger out there in center. Tegan Cowles, as always, in right. And Lenny Sparakis at first, Sydney Huff second. Emily Young, the captain of the infield, at short, and Ali Kaneshiro today playing third. Montana Dixon puts down her sign at catcher, and Brito swings at the first pitch. A little tapper in front of the circle. Oh, Krause dropped it and almost throws it away. I think that'll be an infield single for Brito, but we'll see how it's ruled.
I agree. I think it should be an infield single as well. And That was one of the first changes in the lineup we've seen from Alyssa Lombardi. Alyssa Brito was 5th in the lineup yesterday. Today is 3rd, and late just paid off there, Jordan.
Yeah, paid off again. She was on base 5 different times yesterday, 3 for 4 at the dish. She was hit by a pitch, walked, and she gets another hit here to build on that 389 average. It's Tara McGowan cleaning up for the Ducks here today. And the first pitch to her is right in there, powered through the zone for a strike. 5-6 for the Ducks will be Rachel Sid and Allie Bunker. Maya Felder's hitting 7th. Gabby Herrera is hitting 8th for the Ducks after a great at-bat of the 7th inning against Elena Vodder yesterday. And Deja Pangilinan is hitting 9th. The 0-1 to McGowan. Swings, they go in on her. She pokes it foul to the right side and is behind 0-2.
Just to confirm, they did give that as a hit to Brito.
Nothing in 2 gone. Scoreless in the last of the first. Number 6, Oregon, unranked Stanford. And Reagan Krause is back on the bump. She toes that rubber, leans back, and fires in a ball away. A long secondary for Brito. Not going anywhere, though. She is a little bit of a threat to go. 6 steals and 7 tries. Brito, a player who can really do it all. So doesn't surprise me that she can make a catcher think. Hanging pitch, McGowan pours it into right field. Cowles lost her footing, and because of it, Brito can chug along to third. Cowles fielded it off a short hop, then it looked like a ghost shoved her in the chest and she fell backwards. First and third for the Ducks with 2 outs, and Rachel Sid coming to the plate.
In both games yesterday, Oregon could not get on the board until the 5th inning. Excellent opportunity, sure 2 outs, but excellent opportunity right here to get on the board early like Stanford did in the first game yesterday.
The Ducks managed 2 hits in 4 innings against Krause. They have 2 against her here in the bottom of the first inning. It's Rachel Sid who's starting to swing a hot bat. 271, 4 homers, 20 runs batted in. And the pitch runs in. It's 1-0. And Sid, yesterday for the Ducks, could have had a huge day. She settled going 1 for 6, but she was robbed by Cowles in right field in the 7th inning of Game 2 yesterday. When she chased one down in the gap, it looked to me like it was destined to be extra bases. And the 1-0 Sid grounds one hard to first. Barakis spears it. She catches, taps the bag, and gets Reagan Krause out of a jam. The Ducks can't score. Despite 2 hits, no errors, and they leave runners on the corners. We're scoreless through a full inning pitch and continue her hot streak. Laces a single to left. She's 10 for her last 20. And since entering the lineup, has provided a punch for the Cardinal. Leads off the second with a single.
I talked about Burkiana getting ahead of every single count in the first. Try to do the same right there. Pitch right down the middle. Decent speed to it, but just slapped to the left field.
So they jump Yanez with the first pitch of the inning. And Emily Young comes up for Stanford. Young going to take a strike. Kaneshiro has stolen 1 base this year. And it's 0-1 to Young. 1 for 5 yesterday. Her only hit was a bunt single. Was also intentionally walked. And it's 0-1. Kaneshiro begins to go. McGowan pumps a throw to first, but nobody was at the back to cover. And it's 1-1 on the pitch, low and away.
Stanford have successfully taken 28 bags in 46 attempts, while the Ducks have taken 44 successful.
So 1-1 to Young. With a runner on, cutting action, but Yanez misses that outside part of the plate. She'll throw the rise. She'll throw the curve. She's got a screwball and a changeup. And another drop pitch as well. And it's 2-1 to Young. Shortstop with a wide open stance. Hitter's count. She shows. A pitch low and away. It's 3-1. And Stanford might not even have to sacrifice here if Yanez throws her 4th ball. Walks her 31st hitter of the season. 3 balls and a strike. Yanez towing that center of the rubber and deals the 3-1. There is a strike. No. Megan Rabin was not satisfied, and the Cardinal have 2 on with nobody out.
You know, the first pitch of that count was high and away, but it was called just a strike. I think the fourth pitch of that count was the same when it was called a ball. The last one could have been a strike high, but it was called a ball. So Yanez really tiptoeing the high strike zone, and eventually is going to get charged with their 3rd walk of, not the afternoon, of the weekend.
The suddenly dangerous Kate Cressy coming in. She was so far off of Oregon's radar yesterday that in the 6th inning of Game 2, they actually gave the intentional throw to Emily Young to get to Cressy. And she made them pay. She had that single, drove in a run. She was 0 for her first 9 this season, but she's 2 for her last 2. And they're hitting 6 for Stanford in a big spot here in the 2nd with 2 on and looking to get the scoring started. Young's on first, Kanashiro second. Cressy missed the bunt attempt, goes back to the screen, fouled, and it's 0-1. Kate Cressy, the junior from Arlington, Virginia. Behind 0-1. Yanez deals. The bunt is missed. And I think McGowan lost it. It goes back to the screen. They appeal it to first to see if it's a foul ball. And Scott Tomlinson says it was a swing or a foul ball. I'm unsure. The runners, I believe, are going to stay at 2nd and 3rd, and it'll be 0-2.
Yeah, I don't think she made contact with it. I think it just hit off of McGowan and then went over her glove. So runners should be rightfully so on 2nd and 3rd base. Almost as good as a bunt right there, Jordan.
And here we go, Melissa Lombardi. This has been a frequent spot for her, that path from the on-deck circle to home plate. She's had a lot of conversation with these umpires this weekend. And here we go, folks, yet another meeting. Megan Rabin, Scott Tomlinson, Eric Hawthorne at 3rd, and the 2nd base umpire, Mike Bartling. Great conversation.
Obviously not as monumentous as the call yesterday, but at the top of the 2nd with 0 outs, runners on 2nd and 3rd is still a pretty big deal, and that's where they're going to stay.
So the Oregon fans, those sparse with the new regulations here in Eugene, are letting this crew know. And it's 0-2 to Kate Cressy, and the Cardinal on the pitch that went to the screen have 2 in scoring position. They're on the prowl. The 0-2. Breaking pitch. Oh, it was a close one. Megan Lagenfeld pulls down the mask and shouts towards Megan Rabin. That's a call that Yanez wanted. It's a call that Lagenfeld wanted. It's a call the crowd wanted. It's a call that Stanford gets, and it's 1-2 to Cressy. And reaches for one outside and taps it foul. To the left.
You don't often reach for one outside as a righty and then foul it down the left, the 3rd base line, I should say.
Well, I guess Cressy may have figured they gave her the call inside. They probably weren't going to give her that call in the outside corner. So she reached for it to stay alive, and here's the 1-2. She swings and misses. 62 buried down and in. Strikeout number 2 for Yanez, and a big one. And out in the inning now as Montana Dixon will come to the plate with 2 in scoring position.
Dixon not a single hit yesterday in 5 plate appearances.
She is 2 for 17 career against the Ducks, but could correct that wrong with a big hit here. Breaking pitch low. It's 1-0 from Yanez. Seems a little bit frustrated right now, trying to find her footing in this contest. She didn't really have much trouble through the first 3 innings yesterday as the 1-0 comes in and satisfies Rabin. It's called a strike. Other than that home run, really the first 3 innings, she didn't have any trouble. It's the only hit she gave up through the first 3. Today, perhaps a different story. Cardinal with 2 on, with an out, the 1-1. She shows bunt, coming off third. Here comes a pickle. Brito drops it, throws home, nobody covers. One coming in, both runs come in to score. Brito threw it home, it was a good throw, but nobody covered, and the Cardinal take a 2-0 lead. Cressy strikes out. It looked like Yanez was figuring it out. And on an odd play, Kaneshiro and Young come in to score. The Cardinal with a 2-0 lead.
Wow. Maybe the first run is acceptable, but the second as well. The Ducks weren't able to react in time at all. Yanez didn't cover home, and then McGowan was stuck kind of in between third and home plate. The throw came in, and no one was there to accept. 2-0, Cardinal on top. That was quite the oddity there, Jordan.
So we're going to see how it's ruled exactly. It was a failed bunt attempt. It was a squeeze put on by Stanford, and it looked like they were caught between third and home. The 1-2 to Dixon. Powers one foul to the bullpen. Watch out, Reagan Breedlove. She ducks behind the pole and gets out of the way.
Guess we see why she's not an outfielder and a pitcher instead.
So Brito came from short to cover third. She dropped the ball as the 1-2 comes into Dixon, and Yanez, frustrated, throws a fire for her third strikeout. So because Brito dropped it, she looked down to grab the ball and kind of fired towards home without looking, and nobody was covering. Went all the way to the backstop, and because of it, Kaneshiro scored, and Emily Young never stopped running from second. Error will be charged on the throw by Brito.
So, Jordan, are either of those going to be earned runs?
So it looks like neither run is earned for Yanez. Both runs are unearned. So it'll help the ERA, but not that Yanez cares too much about that. The 0-1 high and away. It is 1-1 now to Sydney Huff, the second baseman.
Think of how important that decision to call it a strike instead of a foul ball earlier to advance runners to second and third was.
A ball and a strike. Missing high, it's 2-1. In matchups like this, defense is so important. In low-scoring affairs, it's almost who's going to lose the game as opposed to who's going to go ahead and win it. And I think that play is the perfect description. 2-1. Inside edge called a strike. Raven calls it strike 3, but now calls it 2-2. So this umpiring crew continues to have a tough weekend here at the Jane. Did I imagine that? Did you?
No,
see
she
that
did.
too?
She definitely did.
It's 2 balls, 2 strikes to Sydney Huff. Swing and a miss down low. So Yanez, after the odd start to the inning, comes back and strikes out the side, but the Cardinal get 2 runs on a hit. There's an error in the frame. Nobody's left, and they take a 2-0 lead at the Jane. Back for the bottom half with Bunker here on KWVA Eugene 88.1 FM.
KWVA. KWVA.
Welcome to your Sports Desk in-studio update. Watching Stanford for your Sports Desk in-studio update. Let's get back out to Adam and Jordan at the Jane.
Thank you, Justin. Bottom 2, the Cardinal with a 2-0 lead. The Ducks bring up Bunker, they bring up Felder, and Gabby Herrera. Wheeling and dealing the first pitch from Kraus missing. To Bunker, it's 1-0, and Allie Bunker has kind of been a puzzle piece in this Oregon order. She's been moved around everywhere, trying to figure out what's exactly right. Today, she's hitting 6th to give some length to the order and grounds the second pitch CC's. 3-hopper over to second. Huff over to first to Sparakis. 4-3 for the first out.
Good play by Huff. I mean, usually that's a shortstop or a third baseman. You're attacking that ball, but let it hop about chest height, controlled it, and had a nice throw over to first.
So 1 gone for Maya Felder. She's going to come on in there. Maya Felder hits in 5 of 8. She went 1 for 5 yesterday. So her best at bat was her last one. And was jammed on the first pitch. Punches it foul to the right side. It's 0-1.
I feel like we don't talk about Felder enough this year with all the new faces in the Oregon softball program. She's quietly still batting .322 and having another excellent season.
That she is. Important bat for this Ducks team. Such a disciplined eye. Here's the 0-1. There's that eye again, looking at a ball down low. It's 1-1. Yeah, it was 0 for 4 to start the day yesterday, then kind of injected some life into the entire stadium in the 7th with a 2-out double that went off the middle of the fence right down the left field line. 1-1 to her. Swings and hits a corkscrew up the middle. Nobody can get to it. It's going to be a jam shot base hit for Maya Felder. The Ducks have a runner with an out in the frame. Here comes Gabby Herrera.
That went off the inside, the skinny part of the bat, if you will. Usually stings the hands on that one, but nonetheless, a lot of backspin on that ball. Second baseman and shortstop almost ran into each other before the ball sandwiched right in between them.
And here comes Gabby Herrera in her first career start for the Ducks. We're going to see a pinch runner, Taya Bird, going to come in to run for Felder on first base. Gabby Herrera is in the lineup today because what she did in the 7th inning following that Maya Felder double. Had an amazing at-bat against Elena Votter. She worked it to 2 strikes, then fouled off 3 or 4 really tough pitches before wearing one, hit by a pitch, and brought the winning run to the plate for Oregon. Now, she's sick of keeping the bat on her shoulder, swings and misses. Bird, after it's dropped by Dixon, heads to second and is there. That'll be a pass ball. It's 0-1 to Herrera, and the Ducks can cut in the lead with that runner on second base. 0-1 to Herrera. Swings and hits one hard. A one-hopper to short. Young looks the runner back, then throws to Sparakis. 6-3, 2 away.
A lot of hard hit balls by Oregon right now, but that's obviously not good enough for this talented Stanford defense.
9-hole for Deja Pangilinan, looking for that big hit. Feels like one big hit for this team might just open the floodgates. It's not as though for a team that is struggling offensively that nobody's getting hits, right? You look back at the Seattle series against the Huskies, Oregon out-hit Washington.
Really?
At least on Sunday they did. They put up 10 in that game too. Even yesterday, there were some hard hit balls. The Cardinal played some great defense. And hitting it on the button today, waiting for that tide to turn. Maybe it's right now for Deja Pangilinan, 176, 9-hole hitter. Down the middle, doesn't offer, it's a strike.
Pangilinan just played the second game yesterday where, unfortunately for the Ducks, left 2 on base, 0 for 3.
Yep, and she came up as the potential winning run in the last inning, grounded out to second. 0 for 1, 0 and 1 rather. Pitch is low. Good block by Dixon behind the dish. A ball and a strike, and Pangilinan really flashed. And Adam, you were really there for her breakout last season.
Yeah.
She really flashed her potential at the plate. She had a bunch of extra base hits. She had some homers. This year, she hasn't had an extra base hit yet. 1-1. Swings and misses. That's foul tipped into the glove of Dixon. And it's 1-2. Reagan Krause is a strike away from getting through 2 scoreless, despite 3 Oregon hits. 1-2 coming in. Just missing away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 68. She sped her up. See what that pitch sets up here.
You see the 176 batting average. You're not blown away by it, but the sample size is relatively small. Although 23 games played, only 34 at-bats.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Down low and inside, so she goes out. Then she comes in. She missed on both. And Pangilinan has worked this count full, and she'd be more than willing to take her 4th walk of the season here with Haley Cruz waiting on deck. 2-0 Stanford, bottom 2. Both runs unearned for Stanford today as the 3-2 comes in. A line drive into right field. Cowles field, they're going to send Bird. The play at the plate off one hop. Dixon catches, applies the tag, and gets the Cardinal out of the inning. What a play by Tegan Cowles in right field. She shows off the cannon.
The second she threw that, you knew it was out. She had a cannon to home plate, and Bird, frankly, wasn't even close. It was about halfway to home plate by the time the catcher had the yellow sphere in her mitt.
So despite 4 hits through 2 innings, Oregon still has a big fat 0 on the board out there in right field. No runs in this inning, 2 hits, no errors, and a runner left on base. Yanez going to try and keep it at 2-0 when we come back on KWVA Eugene 88.1 FM.
KWVA. KWVA.
Deep within the Pest Quest Training Laboratories.
Stinging insects send over 500,000 people to the hospital every year. I don't like hospitals. Rodents, like mice, contaminate food and transmit disease. Cockroaches spread 33 kinds of bacteria, 6 parasitic worms, and can trigger asthma. That can't be good.
Pests are anything but child's play. Protect your little scientist by getting the facts at pestworld.org. A public service message.
Starting off, Emily Klingsman with a strike on the inside corner. She is pinch hitting for Christina Inoue, the DP. And the 0-1, Klingsman gonna look at it. It's high and it's 1-1. Klingsman, a utility player, junior out of Vienna, Virginia. Missed all of 2020 with an injury. Back in there this year and hitting 200. Swings, and it's a high grounder towards first. Taya Bird is in there defensively now. And it is 1-2. So Bird gonna come in for Felder at first. Allie Bunker's still at second. Normal left side with Brito at short and Sid at third. Delgado, Pangolin, Cruz left to right in the outfield. 1-2. And the pitch is high, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Kligerman, 30 at-bats, yet to register a walk.
Two balls, 2 strikes. Yanez wheels and deals the pitch, chopped foul to the right side. Still 2-2. So this is the 9-hole for Stanford. Tegan Cowles is waiting there on deck for Stanford. She's now made 2 awesome plays out there in right field defensively for Stanford. 2 important plays. Yesterday, chasing down that ball in the gap to rob Rachel Sid. 2-2, front door. 4 straight strikeouts for Brooke Yanez and 5 overall today. She looks at strike 3. And other than that play in the gap, she just ended the home half of the second with an outfield assist to get Maya Bird. She's trying to score on Pangolinen's 2-out hit to right.
And here in basketball, the best offense is a good defense. We'll see if it's the same for softball with her, if that big defensive player can get her going.
Cowles take the first pitch, which is a little bit outside.
And that was tiptoeing inside the strike zone. Surprised it wasn't called.
Ball, no strikes. Tegan Cowles, such a storied player in this program. The 1-0, missing down low and away, 2-0. I'd say probably just as impressive for what she's been able to accomplish off the field too. Landed a NASA internship in the summer of 2019. We'll get into that after this pitch. It's 2-0, and Cowles swings a check swing. She did go. It's 2-1. The group she was assigned with, they were tasked, and this is hard for me as a senior at Oregon to understand, tasked with finding a way to produce drugs in space during long-term missions, kind of to create this astro pharmacy. Here's the 2-1. Cowles, little nubber to the circle. Yanez has it, throws to Bird, and Cowles is 0 for 2. And both on ground outs in the infield.
I wonder if she would say softball is as hard as rocket science.
Well, with the way she's playing this series so far, she might just say that. She is now 1 for her last 15. 2 away for Taylor Gindelsberger. Gindelsberger going to take a strike. It's 0-1. And how did that internship end? Well, their work, the whole group was accepted for a Phase 1 9-month grant through the NASA Innovative Advanced Concepts Program. 0-1, Gindelsberger going to take one away. It is 1-1.
How low would you say Brooke Yanez's off-speed goes? Because that last one was about 55.
Yeah, she actually doesn't have as much separation as some pitchers in the Pac-12, but she has a whole arsenal. She'll throw 4 or 5 different looks at you. That one grounded by Gindelsberger through the right side and between Bird and Bunker. A 2-out hit. And the Cardinal have a runner on here in the third with 2 gone for Eleni Sparakis. It was one of their best power options and took Yanez deep yesterday. So Stanford gets their second hit. Here we are in the top of the third. The Cardinal 2 and the Ducks nothing. Runner on. And the pitch is at the top of the strike zone and 0-1 to Sparakis. She has a larger zone than a lot of players, standing at 6 foot. Just a really good hitter, especially back in her days at Santa Clara in the WCC. 0-1, and she's going to get another hit here. Not hit hard off the end of the bat. Coming off second is Gindelsberger. Delgado tries to catch her off second with Bunker covering. The throw comes in late. So 2 straight 2-out hits for Stanford. And 2 on, 2 out for Ali Kaneshiro, who singled her first time up.
Yeah, surprised Gindelsberger even threatened going to third. The ball was a dribbler to the left field. All in all, a good hit by Sparakis. You talked about her big frame. Yanez got the better of her in the first, striking her out, but right there, a little, would you call that a blooper over the shortstop?
Yeah, I'd say so, especially with the power that Sparakis has. You know, located it perfectly right in between Sid and Brito, and sometimes that's just how it works.
Yeah, fair enough. As that hit's going to take her even for, I was going to say, she's second on the team with batting average at 368. That hit's going to take her to about 370.
2 on, 2 out. Cardinal with 2 runs on 3 hits this game. No errors. And Oregon, no runs and 3 hits in that costly error. That gave the Cardinal 2 unearned runs last frame. Big spot early in this ball game. In comes Ali Kaneshiro. She's 10 for her last 20 and singled and scored in the second. The right-handed freshman swings at the first pitch and blasts it foul to the right side over there to the Cardinals section.
So we saw Breedlove warming up earlier. Now Clythermis is also warming up as well.
Yeah, mechanically Thermos getting loose. Doesn't look like an intense warm-up at the moment. 0-1 to Kaneshiro. And she hits one into the left center gap. Pangilinan can't get it. She cuts it off before the fence. 1 run gonna score, and that's all. Sliding into second is Kaneshiro. She is 2 for 2. She's 11 for her last 21. And she extends the Cardinal lead to 3-0.
That's certainly going to go down as an earned run, and Sparakis thought about going home, but didn't make the same mistake Bird and the Oregon Ducks did a half inning prior.
Second and third for Stanford, for Emily Young, the shortstop. Ali Kaneshiro, a future star for Stanford. She is getting hot during one of the toughest stretches of play. As this pitch is high, and it's 1-0 to Young. She'd only started, Kaneshiro did 3 games entering this month. Since then, she has been in the lineup every game. 1-0. And the pitch is low and away. 2 balls, no strikes.
Apologies if you can pick it up on our headset, but wind picking up here at the Jane. See if that has any effect on the ball game.
Yeah, a couple vicious gusts headed our way. Megan Rabin is going to go get some more softballs from the Oregon dugout. So here we are in the 3rd inning. Stanford with 3 straight 2-out hits. 2 singles by Gindelsberger and then Spirakis, and then the big one, Ali Kanashiro hit one into the left center gap. A drive in Gindelsberger. Emily Young is hitting behind 2-0.
Emily Young and Tara McGowan having a friendly conversation at home plate right now. Not sure it'll be as friendly if Young gets her 36th hit of the season.
Emily Young, 3rd team all Pac-12 and the Pac-12 all-freshman team in 2019. That might be why. Swung on and lifted high in the air. Unfortunate for Oregon. The wind catches it, blows it back into foul territory, and it goes foul. So it's 2-1 to Young.
Yeah, 60 seconds ago I said, will the wind have an impact? You could tell by the flags here in the Jane outfield. They're all blowing from right to left, and that's exactly what happened to that ball, right to left down the 3rd base line.
2 balls and a strike. Yana is trying to get out of the jam here. Deals the 2-1s. Swing and a foul behind home to the right side this time, and out of play. It's 2-2.
Any car alarms go off yet this year, Jordan, from foul
Not
balls?
that I've heard.
It's a numbers
There's
game.
a lot of space between that concourse, and I mean, you really have to, you might have to hit like a home run behind home to get to the cars. 2-2, 2 outs, 2 in scoring position. Breaking pitch stays up at 54, and the count runs full at 3-2.
We saw this count for Deja Pangilinan. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. She had a great hit to right field that ended up being an out at home.
Full count. The payoff pitch as her sign comes to the plate and misses inside. It actually hit her. She's awarded first. A hit by pitch loads them up for Kate Cressy.
Looked like it chipped her back arm as she was turning into the ball.
So the bases juiced up, a 2-out rally for Stanford.
By the Library of Congress and the Ad Council.
That's enough break for now. Let's get back to the action here on KWVA Eugene 88.1 FM.
Here we are in the 3rd inning. Oregon with some work to do. After Yana is through a 1-2-3 top of the 1st, Stanford has scarred her for 3 runs the last 2. 2 runs in the 2nd. They'd get 1 in the 3rd with 3 consecutive 2-out hits. And they actually leave the bases loaded. So Oregon staying in this ball game by a thread. They bring up Haley Cruz here. She grounds the first pitch she sees, hits it hard, it goes into center. So a base hit for Haley Cruz, and Oregon is 3 for their last 4. Starting to swing the bats a bit better against Reagan Krause.
Well, Jordan, even before that, Oregon was still batting .444 as a team, and now with that Haley Cruz hit, they're up to .500 afternoon, believe it or not, after still being down 3-0. And who better start an inning rally than Haley Cruz?
Oregon was caught trying to take home with 2 outs in the last inning as Delgado takes the first pitch away. It's 1-0. Yeah, they got the 2-out hit with Pangilinan, and Taya Bird was tagged at home. So the offense has been swinging the bat well. So far, they haven't been able to put anything together. 1-0 with Cruz on first. Delgado takes another ball low and away. Her first time up, grounded out to second. It's 2-0 against the freshman left fielder. Delgado is 4 for her last 11 at the plate as the 2-0 comes in. Down the middle, called a strike by Megan Rabin. Doesn't look like Cruz is interested in stealing, at least for now, with so many runs to make up.
Let's have more steal attempts than anybody on either squad here today.
2-1. Pitch is high and away. It's 3-1, though she doesn't have the most steals in this series. That belongs to Tegan Cowles, 16 of 16. 3-1 to Delgado. Inouye playing in at third. Here's the pitch, a little in. A tying run will come to the plate in Alyssa Brito. So a good walk by Delgado, good eye. And let's see if Oregon can get that big hit. A chance that'll go to Alyssa Brito, their hottest hitter.
She can drive in a run here. Credit Melissa Lombardi, because Brito usually in the 5th spot right here today, moved up to the 3.
4 for her last 5. Team leading 9 home runs for the Ducks. Would be a big time to get another one here. With 2 on, the pitch from Kraus. Grounded toward third, it's underneath. Inouye, she couldn't get it. Bill Buckner at third, the bases are loaded. And Stanford picks up their first error in this game, their second of the series. And we've been complimenting their defense a whole lot. There's a big mistake. The bases are loaded for Tara McGowan.
Talk about bases loaded, more importantly, 0 outs. Stanford had this situation for themselves last half inning, but there was 2 outs in the count. If Oregon can't score a run here, that has to be going down as a massive failure. And McGowan the first to get a crack at it. And I misspoke a little bit earlier. Brito usually hits in the 6th spot, not the 5th.
Well, she's been moving all over all season. Today, asked to hit third. She's been on base now twice, though she hasn't really hit it hard at him. A little dribbling base hit in the first, and just reaches on an error here. So here we go. Cruz on third, Delgado on second, and Brito is on first. It catches McGowan. A run will score, but she is in some serious pain. Caught her right there on that left knee, and it takes a whole lot to get Tara McGowan to her knees. She is so tough behind the plate, and she has not gone to her knees yet. I think she should.
It's a tough spot to get hit.
That really caught her on a funny area. Oh my goodness, and she is gonna turn towards the dugout. Gonna walk it off now, and we really hope she's okay. That is most important. And now it's turned into a pretty normal walk as she heads towards the dugout, gets high fives from everybody. Valerie Wong gonna come in and run for her. But Oregon is on the board. They cut into the lead. It's 3-1. Still nobody gone, and the bases loaded for Rachel Sid. So Cruz comes in to score. Delgado to third, Brito to second, and now Wong pinch running at first. And I know everybody's probably thinking this at home. Rachel Sid, the person you want at the plate with the bases loaded. We saw her hit the grand slam last weekend against Washington. The Ducks down 2 with the bases loaded. Sid sees a ball tall and tight. It's 1-0. Sid grounded out to first, her first time up. 4 homers this year, 20 runs batted in. Reagan Kraus has her sign. Coming to the plate. Sid, ooh, a big swing and fouls it back to the screen. Even the count at 1.
Just a little bit of inside for Sid, but we saw her swinging for the fences right there, high and up in the strike zone. If good contact with that speed of swing, would have been gone.
1 ball, 1 strike. The crowd ready. The dugout ready. The offense has been scuffling. The 1-1. Breaking in there, a nice off-speed pitch at 50 miles an hour at the knees, framed well by Dixon and called a strike. The outfield playing deep, no doubles, even with the bags at the corner and straight away up the middle. 1-2. Sid takes one of the dirt. Dixon does a good job to keep it in front of her and keep Delgado at third. It is 2-2.
Yeah, not the first time you said that today about Dixon. She's been stopping everything.
Elena Vodder is warming up in an intense way in the Stanford bullpen. Oregon ready to break out. 2-2 to Sid. She swings and is jammed. This one's leaking foul. It heads over to the Stanford section down the right field line above the dugout. and out of play. Still nobody gone in the third. A single, a walk, an error, a hit by pitch. Oregon with 5 hits on the board today already. The 2-2. Sid, a good eye, takes one inside. No need to swing at that, and the count runs full.
Sid not necessarily known for the best plate discipline on this team, but at a 2-2 count with bases loaded, a really good take to the inside on a slow-moving pitch.
3-2, the bases loaded. Sid swings and hits a line drive rocket to center. Here comes Delgado, followed by Brito. She slides in, the game tied. It gets away from Dixon, and both runners advance. Wong to third, and Sid to second. A 3 spot in the third. The Ducks have tied it. And the big hit goes to Rachel Sid, a 2 RBI single, and she advances on the throw to second.
Ball, KWVA. Let's get back to the game.
The end of the line for Reagan Krause. She is subbed in by Molly Millar. So Krause goes 2 innings. She gives up 6 hits, 3 runs. 2 of them are charged to her. And walks a batter. Millar will not be on the hook for the 2 runners in scoring position for Oregon. It's Valerie Wong on third and Sid standing there on second. Who's ruled a 2 RBI single and an advance to second on an error. So Stanford's second error of the game and the inning. And here comes Allie Bunker. Looking for RBIs 40 and 41 here. Bunker's 0 for 1. Molly Millar, her first deal today. Bunkers takes a pitch. It's called a strike at 65. Millar has struggled this year, in 7 innings. She has given up 4 earned runs this season, 5 walks, 5 Ks. No balls, a strike. The corner's in. The pitch to Bunker in a tie ball game. Bunker swinging for the fences and fouls it to the screen. A good hack, I think.
Yeah, we spoke over each other there, but Jordan, you stole the word. 7 innings pitched is all. This is a very sticky situation for her to come into. First batter, Allie Bunker. That's no fun. First batter, Allie Bunker with 2 players on base and 0 outs. That's one of your worst nightmares.
0-2. Millar twisting, turning, and slings. Bunker hits a line drive into right center field. It drops down. Cowles has it. Wong scores right behind her is Sid. A 5 spot in the third. A double for Bunker. And the Ducks take a 5-3 lead. Quite the challenge to come in and face Allie Bunker for your first hitter. Bunker with a professional at-bat goes to the opposite way. Finds that wide open gap in right center and dunks it in there.
It's often hard to have confidence on an 0-2 pitch, but Allie Bunker showing why she is one of the best puzzle pieces in this conference. You can put her anywhere in the lineup and she's going to succeed.
In comes Taya Bird, the right-handed hitting freshman, wears 44. Bunker on second. Millar, Bird hits it right off of her, hits her shoulder. She has to go and run after it, and there's no play at first. Taya Bird has a hit, the 3rd of her career. Runners on the corners, and the line still moving for Oregon.
The Ducks have been hammering it up the middle, not necessarily hitting the pitcher, but they have been hammering it up the middle, and Bird had a roar when she got to first base. Often doesn't get the most plate appearances, but when she does, made it count right there. Still 0 outs in the inning as well, while the Ducks have a 5 spot with players on first and third.
We've had a game's worth of action in this 3rd inning for Oregon. 5 runs across, 4 hits, a couple errors, still nobody out. 2 on the corners, and here comes Gabby Herrera. Herrera hits a ground ball to second. This could be 2. The pitch for 1, the relay for 2. It'll be an RBI 4-6-3 double play. The Cardinal have turned their 3rd double play of the series. And I think that's a trade that they'll make as Oregon takes a 6-3 lead.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a pretty play by Huff. And still an RBI on the play while Oregon puts up their 6th run of the inning. And Jordan, We stressed it before the broadcast. This is a team that's been averaging about a run and a half, bar the one game versus Washington. So a 6th spot in the third, what more could you ask for? Maybe a 7th spot.
Yeah, maybe. They're still not out of it yet. So 2 quick outs. Bird was gunned at second. Bird at first. And now the bases are empty as Lexi Wagner comes in the 9th spot to pinch hit for Deja Pangilinan. Wagner went 0 for 2 yesterday and walked. Here she is trying to break out of an 0 for. One hopper over to first. Barakis got it. Taps the bag, but Oregon gets 6 runs in this frame on 4 hits and 2 errors, and they hit around. So they'll bring up Cruz next inning, and maybe we'll have the same score. At least for now, it's 6-3. Oregon on top. They storm back in this one to take a 3-run lead. The 4th inning after a quick break on KWVA.
KWVA. KWVA.
More American Indians live in poverty than any other racial or ethnic group. Since 1989, the American Indian College Fund has helped thousands of young men and women begin a path out of poverty as students at tribal colleges. As more American Indians see a college education as a way out of poverty, full-time college enrollment continues to rise, along with a continued need for support. Help a student, help a tribe. Learn more at tribalcollege.org. A public service message from the American Indian College Fund.
Deep within the Pest Quest training laboratories.
Stinging insects send over 500,000 people to the hospital every year. I don't like hospitals. Rodents, like mice, contaminate food and transmit disease. Cockroaches spread 33 kinds of bacteria, 6 parasitic worms, and can trigger asthma. That can't be good.
Pests are anything but child's play. Protect your little scientist by getting the facts at pestworld.org.
A public service message from the National Pest Management Association.
Hi, this is Zach Bigley, former assistant sports director, and now it's back to Oregon softball here on KWVA Eugene 88.1 FM.
We're on to the 4th inning. Pitchers duel the first 2 games this series. Not so much here today. 12 combined hits, 9 combined runs between number 6 Oregon and unranked Stanford. Yanez back in the circle, throws her first pitch of the 4th high to the catcher, Montana Dixon. So Yanez, her numbers won't suffer a whole lot, at least so far. The 3 runs she's given up, only 1 has been earned. She's still struck out 5 Stanford Cardinal. 1-0 breaking down in there for a strike. It's 1-1. Doesn't it just look like Brooke Yanez would not rather be anywhere than that circle, Adam?
Yeah, I mean, every time we've seen her, it looks like she's nowhere else but there.
1-1. Just misses painting that outside corner.
Yeah, unbelievably focused at all times. Even if she's frustrated, she'll just have a 2-second longer look at the bench, kind of recoup herself. But of all the expressionable pitchers, she's one of the least ones. Always has a straight face.
Yeah,
but can deal.
2-1 to the catcher Dixon, and she grounds one up the middle. Brito, catches a tough hop. And that'll be an error by Oregon shortstop as Montana Dixon hits the first, the 2nd error for Oregon today.
Yeah, that is going to go down as an error, but...
And that's the 2nd on Brito.
Yeah, you heard it in your voice. There was a bounce there about a second before. I mean, think about like playing kickball in elementary school. If it bounces right before you kick it, that's a really tough deal for her, an error nonetheless.
Yeah, it looks like it just caught maybe like a nail in the ground at the very last second and popped up, hit her off the chest. Stanford is aboard with nobody out. But going back to Yanez, Adam, it looks like she belongs there. It wasn't necessarily destined for her, though. Her mother once told a story about her first game in T-ball back when she was 5 years old. She went with her twin brother, Brian. First pitch is low and inside to Sydney Huff, who's 0 for 1. 6-3 Oregon here in the top of the 4th inning, game 3 of 4 in this Pac-12 series. Yanez back on the rubber, ready for the 1-0 pitch. Wheels and deals it, swing and a miss. Oh, the Back goes helicoptering to the right side and off of the screen. It's 1-2.
Huff, one of the few players that does not wear gloves, and I guess we saw the consequence there.
We have seen it all this series.
Thank God for the netting there.
So 1-1. So she shows up at T-ball. She came to the first day with flip-flops on. She came with a lollipop. She didn't want to play. A 1-1 is outside. 2-1. Mother Camille said she had her jersey. She tried to get her to go out there. She said, nope, I don't want to play. She hated it. That's what her mother said. 2-1. To Huff. Swing and a miss. Pitch upstairs. A good one. 2-2. So that was her try with baseball. A few years later, she comes back to the diamond to play softball. This time, she was more enthusiastic about playing. But her mother said her natural ability wasn't exactly there. This one up in the air from Huff. It's going to leak out of play. McGowan, by the way, looks to be okay. She's back in there behind the plate. So 2-2 still with a runner on. Yeah, I love this quote from Camille Yanez. She was not coordinated at all. She was always that kid that had to play the minimum innings. Swing and a miss on the 2-2. There we see the natural ability for Brooke Yanez. Picks up her sixth strikeout of the ball game.
I guess you just need to get out of T-ball. Once the players start pitching, that's her time to shine.
Well, yeah, didn't like T-ball. Tried softball later. Mother said, I don't know if softball's her thing. He wasn't that good. Blown away. Snap throw to first. Bird slaps the tag, but misses. There's a pinch runner over there at first, by the way, and it is Hannah Madison for Stanford. Anyway, it didn't take long for people to realize how good Brooke Yanez was. A 1-0. That misses the outside corner. 2 balls, no strikes. Yeah, Buena High School. She wasn't just a great pitcher, Adam. She was the team's silver slugger as a junior. She had .316 that year. 2-0 coming in to Inoue. That's a strike. It's 2-1. Inoue, this is her first up today. She was pinch hit for her last spot in the order. That was in the third. It's 2-1. Runner on first with an out. Sets and fires. A swing and a miss. 2-2. Then her senior season, Adam, she led the Bulldogs. She won the league MVP. She hit .397 with 11 home runs, 13 runs batted in. Her hitting career didn't stop, though, in high school. As the 2-2 comes in to Inoue. Check swing, pitch missing. Count runs full. A walk here would give Stanford the chance to tie this game with a long ball in a 6-3 contest. So at UC Davis, Yanez actually hit 5 home runs, but she misses here and walks Inoue. And Tegan Cowles is the tying runner at the plate on a base on balls. So anyway, let me wrap this up. I've been probably putting people to sleep on this one. Not because of Yanez, but just because of me. She has 5 career home runs in college. She has 7 career at-bats against Pac-12 teams. If you respond to us with her average, as this one by Cowles is a mile high and inside the infield, Sid makes the catch on the infield for an important second out. So if you can tell me on Twitter, however you want to reach out to me, if you have an owl, you want to send that out to me, that's fine too. However you can get in contact with her, you can tell me what her average is against Pac-12 teams, you will get a hearty congratulations, and I'll check with my boss to see if I can give you more than that. 2 outs, top of the 4th. The tying run at the plate in Gindelsberger. She swings at the first pitch from Yanez, fouls it off. It's 0-1. So no hits for the Cardinal in the inning. Just an error. That was on Brito at short. And a walk of Inoue. Gittelsberger is 1 for 2 today. Singled and scored in the third. She is a dangerous hitter. 4 home runs this season. The 0-1. Front door. That's a strike. 64, tailing to the inner half. Yana is looking to get out of the jam here in the fourth. Looking to strand her 4th and 5th runners of the day. 0-2, 2 outs. Likes the sign. Coming in. That is a jam shot fouled out of play.
Ooh, nearly caught by a Jane Sanders fan there. Just call it Oregon fan. I guess he's probably a fan of the stadium as well.
How could you not be? Even on a day like this.
It was raining this morning. I walk out of the KWVA studios and it's sunny and time for softball.
Hopefully it stays that way. 0-2, 2 outs. 2 on. Breaking pitch away. It is 1-2. So Yana is through 3 2/3, looking to finish her 4th inning of work. 6 strikeouts, a pair of walks. 1-2. She likes her sign, the lefty offering. And that is fouled again back to the screen. Gittelsberger not going down easy. Struck out twice against Yanez in game 1. 1-2, 2 on base, 6-3 Oregon in the 4th. Here's the pitch from Yanez, and that is a breaking pitch, and once again, Gittelsberger wastes it.
That one was certainly low inside. Definitely would have been called a ball, but the way Gittelsberger is hitting, everything's coming off, really making Yanez work for this one.
Quick walk. Yanez has gone deep in the bag to get Gittelsberger, and so far she's put up a good fight. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a pop-up. Right side, bunker. Inside the infield, makes the catch. Pop-up to the second baseman. No runs for the Cardinal here in the 4th, no hits. And error, and they leave 2, their 4th and 5th stranded this game. The Ducks 6, the Cardinal 3, and Oregon looks for more with 1, 2, 3 in the order due up right here on KWVA Eugene 88.1 FM.
KWVA. KWVA.
Hey, Mom, why is the sky blue? Why don't animals talk? Why do dogs have wet noses? Why is an 11 pronounced 1-1?
Kids ask a lot of questions,
Why do I have a belly button?
but you don't have to know every answer.
Why is the ocean salty?
Because you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent.
Why are there 50 states?
There are thousands of children in foster care who don't need every question answered.
Why is pizza round?
They just need you. For more information on how you can adopt, go to adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
My name is Tom Thornton.
And my name is Cindy Thornton. We're retired, and this is how we live United.
We decided to volunteer with United Way at our community free health clinic.
United Way is how we contribute, because we know our time and money are going to the right places.
Judging by the thank yous we get at the clinic, I'd say we're doing the right thing with our retirement, too. We're Tom and Cindy Thornton. We volunteer at our community free health clinic. We don't just wear the shirt.
We live it.
Give, advocate, volunteer, live United. Go to liveunited.org. Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
That's enough break for now. Let's get back to the action here on KWVA Eugene 88.1 FM.
Stanford going to stick with Molly Millar here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Has to deal with Cruz, Delgado, and Brito. Millar didn't start the 3rd inning. She came in after Rachel Sid drove in 2 on a single to center. Millar came in to face Bunker, gave up a double, and gave up a single. But since that point was really good. Got a double play ball and then a ground out by Lexi Wagner to end the inning. So here we are in the 4th. Cruz going to lay down a bunt. Wow, beats it out at first. Haley Cruz can beat you in so many different ways. Perfectly executed bunt. Oregon has their 9th hit of the game.
We all know what Haley Cruz is capable of, but it's hard not to be impressed every time she does it. And whether it's a home run, she's kind of added the power aspect to her game, or still does the fundamentals right a bunt down the third baseline, just beating it with raw speed.
So Cruz has her second straight hit. She's 2 for 3 total. And here comes Hannah Delgado. There goes Cruz. The throw's going to be late, and Haley Cruz has her 16th stolen base of the season. And Tegan Cowles leads this matchup no longer. Haley Cruz runs even with her 16th in 19 tries. And an immediate runner in scoring position for Oregon, the 1-0 to Hannah Delgado. Low and outside, 2 balls, no strikes. No action in the Stanford pen, so this is all up to Molly Millard, junior from Clovis, California.
After that bunt, Cruz 2 for 3 on the afternoon, 387 on the campaign.
Two balls, no strikes. Here's the pitch to Delgado. Lines and fires, a pitch a little outside, 3 balls, no strikes. Millard had a really good 2020 in limited appearances. She went 2-0 and had a tiny .57 ERA over 12 1/3. 3-0, got to get back in the zone near to Delgado. Doesn't have the green light, and Millard loses her on 4 pitches and walks Delgado. It's her second walk today.
Good play discipline by Oregon today. Much better than yesterday for sure. And you look at yesterday's games in the doubleheader, Oregon had 10 hits combined. Right now they're rocking with 9. Bats certainly looking pretty at Jane Sanders today.
Alyssa Brito reached both times, a single on the infield and an error by Inoue at third. Millard, pitch. Brito shows. Looked like she was actually going for the bunt there, but she pulled it back. 0-1. Often she'll show bunt to try and square up a pitch. Get a better look at it. There's a speed racer out there on 18th Avenue. I don't know if you heard that one, Adam.
They're always outside my apartment. It's hard not to.
Especially late at night. 0-1 to Brito. Yeah, that's a good pitch. 66. Brito is behind in an 0-2 hole. This game is going at a slow pace, especially compared to the last 2 in this series. That is just how Molly Millard likes it, though. I'll tell you why in a second. 0-2, 2 on. The Ducks 6, the Cardinal 3. Here's the pitch. Swing and a hard liner. Oh, 1 hop. They go to third for 1. They get the lead runner, Cruz, on a 6-5 force.
Smart play by Emily Young.
So Brito's going to reach for the 3rd time, this time though on a fielder's choice. And 1 out, Tara McGowan back there hitting, which is good to see after she took one off that left kneecap back in the 3rd. Had to leave the game briefly. Valerie Wong ran for her, but now she is back in there hitting. She played defense last inning too. Gowan takes one a bit outside of the corner. 1-0.
Dixon tried framing that inside, but just a little bit outside of the chalk.
Ball, no strikes. McGowan is 1 for 1. The hit by pitch. That is a jam shot. It's going to get right through the middle and into center. They're going to hold the runner Delgado at third, and the bases are loaded for the 2nd consecutive inning. And here comes Rachel Sid, who had the big single to get the scoring started with the bases loaded in the 3rd.
The throw by Gillesberger wasn't on target, really. Maybe, just maybe, Oregon could have had another run there if they sent the runner to home.
So Millar going to have that meeting in the circle. Keep this game slow like she likes it. She adopted, Adam, a sloth from the zoo. It's her favorite animal.
That's not where I expected this story to go.
So a sloth-like pace here in this fourth inning after Oregon put across that 6 in the third and look to be on their way to more here with 1 out and the bases loaded in the fourth.
I'm not sure if you have this info, but when you say adopted, do you mean bring home or adopted and stays at the zoo?
I don't know that. That's a question that I'm going to have to follow up on.
I don't know if it's legal to own a sloth in your home.
I wrote down loves sloth and has adopted one from the zoo. Bases loaded for Sid. 1 for 2 with that single to center. Delgado on third, Brito second, and McGowan is on first. Millar coming to the plate. A pitch down the middle for a strike. You got one more coming your way in this series. Really early start tomorrow at 10:30. You can catch it like you can all these games on KWVA or for this series on the Oregon live stream. 0-1. Millar coming to the plate. Sid fouls it back to the screen, was right on 61, but couldn't square it up, and it's 0-2. Oregon is a team today, 10 for 19. That's a .526 average. With runners on, they are 6 for 11. They're 5 of 10 when they're runners in scoring position. So 0-2 coming to Rachel Sid. Millar wastes one away. The pitch is outside at 65. Trying to get Sid to chase, she wouldn't.
Sid obviously had the huge double last time she was at the plate, really making her mark in that 6-run third inning.
1-2. Here's the pitch to Rachel Sid. Swing and a fly ball to shallow left field. Going to stay in the infield. Inoue is under it behind the third base bag. Makes the catch, and every runner has to stay put.
Just a tad under that one. But Sid seen the ball well.
And good pitch by Millar. Now we get Millar versus Bunker for the second time. Round 1 went to Allie Bunker with that 2 RBI triple.
Forgot to mention Oregon in double digits for hits, 10.
Bases loaded, 2 outs. Here's the pitch to Bunker. It's a fly ball way up high in the infield. At first, even with the backs, Baracus puts it away. And Oregon is held scoreless here in the fourth. No runs, a hit for Oregon, no errors, and they leave them loaded. The Ducks 6, the Cardinal 3. We're through 4 full. Stay with us. We're back for the fifth in just a moment. You can catch it on KWVA Eugene 88.1 FM.
KWVA. KWVA.
Students, when I call the reason for your absences throughout the years, please exit the auditorium without your high school diploma. Too tired, family trip, sick day, starting the holidays early.
Starting in the 6th grade, students who miss 18 days or more of school in a year for any reason will fall behind and risk not graduating high school. How many days of school has your child missed?
Against UCLA, because the county has imposed new restrictions. Its numbers continue to rise here in Eugene. 0-2. Kaneshiro grounds a foul to the left side.
I think Melissa Lombardi hit that one with her clipboard.
I asked Melissa Lombardi earlier this year, we have those weekly interviews on the Coach's Corner, whether she ever, starts hitting and batting practice to let the team know, hey, there was a time where I was one of the best bats in the Big 12. Here's the 0-2, breaking pitch. Ooh, Yanez showing both hands. She wanted the strike. Megan Rabin didn't give it to her. Pleading for the call and didn't get it.
I asked you if she gets slower than 56. We said, not really. We saw it right there. That one touching 53.
1-2. Kaneshiro fouls it back to the screen. It's hard to get her out these days. 11 for her last 21. Got a favorable call on that breaking pitch here. 1-2 with an out, bases empty. Anyway, Coach Lombardi said absolutely not. She is retired. 1-2. swing and a little grounder to the left side. Tough hop for Sid. We've seen a bunch of those, but a good job to stay in front of it and fire across the diamond for the out.
Yeah, ball didn't have enough pace for Brito to really make the play. Aggressiveness by Rachel Sid got the out at first.
I will say, though Coach Lombardi is officially retired, some of the other members of the staff play a whole lot, especially Emily Watson. Here's Emily Young at the plate, trying to get on with a bunch. She pokes it foul behind home. It's 0-1. Yeah, Emily Watson is one of the assistants here, and she was an All-American 4 or 5 years ago in college, and she'll throw to this team throughout the week.
Yeah, I think Perkianes has enough pitches in regular games.
0-1, swing and a miss down low and away. It's 0-2. Yeah, but think of how big of an advantage that is for this team to be able to practice against an All-American caliber hurler Monday through Thursday. So it's 0-2 with the bases empty and 2 outs. Here's the pitch to Emily Young. Check swing, lays off. Yanez has 6 strikeouts today. She struck out 1 in the first, the side in the second, and 1 in the fourth. Pitch is high, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
And after early scoring by Stanford, currently just 4 for 19, good for a .211 batting average.
Yeah, Yanez has been rock solid today. 2-2. Peering in. The throw is popped to shallow right field. Cruz, full extension dive, but it's out of her glove. Around second, Young to third. Throw to get her. Sid got her on the outside of the bag to tag her out. Cruz with the outfield assist to end the 4th inning. Flashing the leather. And an even better tag, I think, at third by Sid to get Young, who is looking for that outside corner. No runs, a hit, no errors, none left. Through 4.5, it's Oregon feeling good, up 6-3 on KWVA Eugene 88.1 FM.
KWVA. KWVA.
Would it be crazy if you just stopped everything, packed your bags and left? For a week, a month, a year. What if you left for 2 years? Would people think you'd lost your mind? What if you were going far away to help an ability?
Bird takes the pitch away. So she not only has an athletic scholarship to Oregon, she also has an academic scholarship coming out of Cloverdale High School. Boy, was she a highly touted and widely wanted prospect out of Cloverdale. It's 2-0, almost comes in and hits her. It's 3-0. He was ranked 31 in the high school prospect rankings, according to Flow Softball. Hit 720 in high school. 4.0 in the classroom, 720 on the field. Her parents must be proud. 3-0, he's going to take a strike there.
I'm sure her high school coach is pretty proud as well.
Yeah, I'd say so. Everybody says that she really just hates to lose. Her goals are to start with the Ducks and to play in a College World Series. Ultimately, one day play for the USA Olympic team. 3-1, grounded to short. Young has it. The throw to first gets her. So she's 1 for 2 today. And we'll jog back to the dugout. Here comes Gabby Herrera, another freshman that we're just getting a bunch of looks at now. Really impressed everybody in the press box taking that hit by pitch in the 7th inning yesterday, bringing up the winning run for the Ducks in Game 2. Melissa Lombardi noticed it too, put her right there in the starting lineup today. Herrera takes the first pitch, called strike by Rabin, outer edge. She's 0 for 2 today, though it isn't a tough luck 0 for 2, especially the first time up when she grounded to shortstop, hit it on a button. on the button. Oh, 1 to Herrera. Grounds another one to second. That one's fielded, and they get it 4-3. So 3 groundouts today for Herrera. Twice to the left side of the infield. Twice to the right side of the infield. Once to the left of the infield. 9 spot, it will be Wagner.
I don't want to jinx or anything, but since Molly Millar had a tough introduction to this game, she's been rather impressive since.
Yeah, after she gave up that bunker double, been getting a lot of ground balls. Looks for the bottom of the zone. Doesn't like the call. It's 1-0. Here we are in a 6-3 ball game. If you're listening on the radio, got to keep you informed. 1-0 to Wagner. On the bottom of the 5th inning, base is empty, 2 gone. Molly Millar for Stanford leans back and throws. Pitch is low and inside, 2-0. The Cardinal got the scoring started. They went up 2-0 in the second, scoring both runs unearned off of Brooke Yanez. Then they tallied another in the third before Oregon broke out for a 6th spot in the bottom half. 2-0 to Wagner. Backdoor, sinking action for a strike. 2-1. We're scoreless since. This ball game's had everything. Helicopter foul balls, thrown bats, I should say. Argued calls, errors, diving plays, outfield assists. 2-1. Wagner going for the fences. Missed it. Fouls it off. 2-2. One thing we haven't had, Adam, is a home run.
No kidding. Tatum Boyd for Stanford warming up in the bullpen right now. A 10.5 ERA, but that's mostly because she's only pitched 2 innings the entire season.
2-2, 2 out. That pitch is down low, and the count is full. 3-2 to Wagner.
Looks like Stanford is most likely saving Elena Vaughter for tomorrow.
Unless they can get back into it, give her a chance at a close game. That's why it's so important for Molly Millar to get the team back to the dugout. Going to try and do that on this 3-2 pitch. Swinging a fly ball headed towards right. Coming in, Cowles near the line. Misplayed it. Had to go for the basket catch. It's always a journey with her in right field, but she makes the play. And we're through 5 full. It's a Duck 6, the Cardinal 3. 1-2-3 this time around for Stanford. They'll lead off with Cressy when we come back on KWVA Eugene 88.1 FM.
KWVA. KWVA.
Hey, Mom, why is the sky blue? Why don't animals talk? Why do dogs have wet noses? Why is an 11 pronounced 21?
Kids ask a lot of questions,
Why do I have a belly button?
but you don't have to know every answer.
Why is the ocean salty?
Because you don't have to be perfect.
0-2. Breaking pitch. Looks at strike 3. Eliminated by Brooke Yanez. She picks up her 7th K today.
So, Jordan, you can see it around the crowd. Everyone putting their raincoats and umbrellas up as it is starting to pour just a tad here. Maybe more than Eugene average.
Yep, we'll see what that means for the rest of this ball game. The wind has picked up. The rain is coming diagonally down from right field. Montana Dixon pitches away. It is 1-0. We'll see how it affects Yanez's grip on the ball and the hitter's grips on the bat.
And almost every game, not almost, every game Stanford has played for really the last 2 years has come in a warm, dry environment. So this is foreign to them.
1-0, swinging a fly ball, headed out towards center. Wagner back now, misplaced it because it comes in. The wind just kept blowing and blowing. She finally comes in and gets it to make the catch.
Maybe a bit refreshing, but probably not the most fun with the rain coming down in your eyes as you're trying to place a ball hailing from center field. We also see a towel coming out for Brooke Yanez.
Yeah, it came from Samaria Diaz. So they're going to try and hustle and get this one in, I bet.
Yeah. This is the reason they put the doubleheader on Friday instead of today is rain's in the forecast all day long. That's someone who had to cover track yesterday. I can only imagine how it's affecting the other events in Eugene.
Emily Schultz coming in with the bases empty. She's pinch hitting for Huff, who went 0 for 2 with 2 swinging strikeouts. Lefty with an open stance, a crouch stance. 2 outs. Yanez coming. She's going to bounce one in front of the dish. It's 1-0. So, by the way, if you're tuning in earlier, we talked a little bit about Brooke Yanez, the hitter. I'll give you the answer to that question. She has had 7 at-bats as a hitter against Pac-12 teams. Pitch is low, 2-0. And her average isn't that good. It's probably why she has never won a debate with Melissa Lombardi to get her some at-bats here at Oregon. She's 1 of 7 as a hitter. All the at-bats came against Cal. 2-0 with 2 outs, grounded towards second. Bunker has it off 3 hops and throws the bird at first. No need for her at the plate when she's doing this in the circle. A great outing for Yanez. She's through 6 full. The Ducks 6, the Cardinal 3. 1-2-3 in the 6th with the rain falling in Eugene. We're back in a moment on KWVA, but first let's send it into our studio. Justin Grossweiner has a sports desk update.
KWVA.
Welcome to your 6th inning sports desk in studio update. 3-6 Oregon in favor here for softball. Ali Kaneshiro doubled to the center to make it 3-0 for Stanford, but then Oregon came back in the bottom of the 3rd inning, scored 6 runs, including a 2-run single by Rachel Sid and a 2-run double by Ali Bunker. Over in the Pac-12, Arizona is leading Utah 4-0. Arizona has 2 home runs in that one. Looking at Oregon baseball, they're trailing early 2-0 in the top of the 3rd. That's going to be all for your 6th inning sports desk in studio update. Let's get back to Jane Sanders Stadium with the rain in the bottom of the 6th inning.
Thank you very much, Justin. Bottom of the 6th inning here at the Jane. It's still Molly Millar in the circle, and she's facing Haley Cruz. Adam, Haley Cruz has been quite good today. What have you seen from her?
And what haven't you seen from her? We saw it even when she makes a mistake in the outfield where she dived for a ball and went under. Still made a remarkable throw to third. Almost playing catch with Rachel Sid about 100 feet away to tag out the runner there. And she puts a bunt down. She has power. She has everything. It's almost a question of what isn't she doing on almost every game with the batting average of 387 and the speed she shows. You can see why the infield is cheating up on her.
That's right. She bunted her way aboard last time. This time takes the first pitch for a called strike. It's 0-1. So 2 for 3 together. Has the outfield assist from right field, which is hard to believe considering she laid out for that ball. I thought it took her out of the play. 0-1. Cruz goes back to the circle. A pinball single. First off Millar, then off Young. It goes into center field. 3 straight hits for Oregon's leadoff right fielder, Haley Cruz.
Kissed off 2 pieces of leather, but Haley Cruz is going to get the first almost like it's her right.
Score.
392 on the season now.
It's Hannah Delgado's turn to hit. Oregon entered today a half game back of Arizona. It's looking like they're not going to be able to draw even or pull ahead of them. As they lead 5-0 over Utah. There goes Cruz for second, looking for a second back today. Dixon throws her out. Haley Cruz, it didn't look like the best jump. It looked like she was a little bit slower than usual with the muddy infield. And Young tags her out. Haley Cruz is caught stealing for just the 4th time in 2021.
They took the words out of my mouth. Certainly a rarity for Haley Cruz, and had a haphazard high 5 going back to the bench.
So 1 away, and now the base is empty to Delgado. She'll swing and hit it foul to the left side. 0-2. So yeah, Arizona is up 5-0 over Utah. It's just the bottom of the 2nd inning. Arizona already with 3 extra base hits and walked 4 times. So Oregon going to stay likely in that 5 spot in the standings in the Pac-12 with a win today. The 0-2 is away. 1 ball, 2 strikes, but still got to finish business here at the Jane. It'll be a big game tomorrow, 10:30 a.m. start. We'll take the air around 10:20, 10:15 if I get my coffee in time. 1-2 with an out. And that'll be a big one. We hope you join us. A check swing is a little bit away. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
What's the earliest softball game of your career to date?
I think you were there. Didn't we have Bethune-Cookman at like 9 a.m.?
Yeah, that sounds definitely right. I remember we had IHOP at about 6.
Yeah, they had a great deal that weekend down there in Palm Springs. That was the place to be. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Delgado. And she's going to spear this one into right field. Going to go to the fence. Cowles fields it. Delgado sliding into second. And she has her first hit today. And she's on base for the 3rd time. A sweet sound off the barrel. A walk in the 3rd, a walk in the 4th, and an extra base hit here in the 6th. Good swing by Hannah Delgado.
Yeah, only fair that she got in on the fun.
And Hannah Delgado has really started to swing well after 8 games missing from the lineup and starting 0 for 10 against Washington since then. She's been a tough out. Fellow freshman Brito, first pitch hunting. That's in the left. Delgado's not going to be able to score because it was hit so hard. And the freshman duo with 2 straight hits. Tara McGowan with runners on the corners.
Yeah, listen, Brito, while she is responsible for the 2 errors, she has more than made up for it hovering over home plate. As a hitter today has been remarkable.
Yep, 2 hits. That one was the first of the outfield. She's been great all series. And there's a meeting with Villar in the circle. Oregon will have to get to 11 runs to end this ball game early, so not quite in that territory yet. Those 3 innings gave up an earned run and 4 hits, and struck out 2 compared to 1 walk. Did give up a home run in that outing. She took the loss. It was 0-1. She comes in for Molly Millar for Stanford. She had a decent day, lasted 3 1/3, only gave up 1 run, and no runs were charged against her. Walked to batter and didn't pick up a strikeout. Bauer comes into a tough spot with runners on the corners. Ariel Carlson comes in to pinch run at first for Brito, and the Ducks have Delgado on 3rd, leading 6-3 in the bottom of the 6th here at the Jane.
My last memory at the Jane, as Ariel Carson's on first reminds me, was when she hit an absolute rocket.
Oh yeah, the monster moonshot as it's remembered. Pitch is high and inside, 1-0 to McGowan for her 3rd hit today. You know, Nikki Bauer is a graduate student here. She's actually good friends with the right fielder, Tegan Cowles. 1-0. That pitch is on the corner. McGowan, she doesn't like it. I think Melissa Lombardi is showing her back in the box. 2 fellow catchers exchanging a look at that strike call, and they know what they're talking about. 1-1. Here's the pitch from Bauer. That one drops low. 2 balls, 1 strike. So Bauer's good friends with Tegan Cowles. The 2 of them, when the season was canceled last year, went to spend some time with Cowles' family. And this is actually more a story about Cowles than Bauer, but Bauer said it best. As the 2-1 comes into McGowan, Tara is going to take one high. It is 3-1. Nikki Bauer said, "Oh my goodness, I love the Cowles family." Described them as just a genius group. So smart. There's the 3-1. McGowan swings, hits one over to second, 4 to 6th, and they drop the double play ball, and Delgado comes in to score. So the 4-6 fielder's choice, and Oregon takes a 7-3 lead.
It's a costly drop.
Yeah, would have gotten them out of the inning. But you can't call the error on the double play ball. So after every night at dinner, the Cowls would throw on Jeopardy.
That's a tough scene. I couldn't do that.
Oh, I couldn't either.
I play with my dad all the time.
She said in the Cowls family, it's like a blood sport. The pitches inside 1-0. She said it was terrifying to see how good everybody was, and when one person would get one question wrong, they'd just jump on each other. 1-0. Rachel Sid continues to swing the bat. Grounder through the left side, a 2-out hit. And the 4th hit of the inning for Oregon. 2 on, 2 out. Here's Allie Bunker. Oregon 7, Stanford 3 in the bottom of the 6th inning. Oregon has 14 hits against the Cardinal today.
Yeah, this is just what the doctor ordered after a frustrating day at the plate for the Ducks yesterday.
Nikki Bauer checks her band, gets the sign. Bunker takes one up. Had RBIs 40 and 41 earlier in this contest. She is one extra base hit away from 20 on the season. Ball, no strikes. Leans back, lets loose. Bunker gonna take one in there. 1-on-1 from Bauer. One ball, one strike. 2 on, 2 out. Bauer coming to the plate to Bunker. Bunker is gonna hit it foul to the right side, 1-2. And Nikki Bauer described it at him as that blood sport. It's not like she's a slouch academically. Not that anybody on Stanford is. Pac-12 academic honor roll last year. 3-time NCAA scholar athlete. Political science major. Coming in with the 1-2. Ground to the right side. Good stop by Sparakis. Right to the bag. Taps it.
Sparakis has a lot of this.
Yeah, she's had a nice day over there at first. Oregon gets a run. They do it on 4 hits, no errors, and they leave 2 aboard. They take a 7-3 lead as we head to the 7th. Brooke Yanez going for yet another complete game, her 10th.
See if her swing is as good as her Jeopardy knowledge.
She's 0 for 3 today. Cardinal needing runners, down 4. Pitch to Cowles, coming back for a strike. 63 with cutting action. It's 0-1. Brooke Yanez, another day at the office. 6 innings so far, 5 hits. He's given them 3 runs, 1 was earned, 7 strikeouts, and just 2 walks. And here's the 0-1. Swing, and Cowles pushes it foul. No balls, 2 strikes. A rare slump for Tegan Cowles here today. 1 for last 16. Still, despite that stretch, is hitting .339 for Stanford. 0-2. Corners playing even with the bag here in the 7th. The pitch to Cowles. Swing and a line drive to center. Wagner comes in, pulls up, and watches it drop in front of her. So Cowles breaks the offer, and the Cardinal of their first 2 hitters aboard, with Clee Thermos and Reagan Breedlove getting loose in the Oregon bullpen.
Pinpointed the center of the shortstop, second baseman, and center fielder for Oregon. That was definitely a blooper, Jordan.
Gandelsberger comes up. So the tying runs in the on-deck circle, and it's Eleni Sparakis who hit a home run off of Brooke Yanez yesterday. And the pitch is grounded up the middle. Bunker, it goes through her legs. 1 run gonna come in and score. That's steal. The Cardinal not dead yet. It went through Bunker's legs on a high hop. 2 on, still nobody out, and Sparakis is the tying runner. She leads, at least is tied for the lead for home runs for Stanford with 4 this year, and 1 came against Brooke Yanez.
It's going to be Allie Bunker's 8th error of the season. And, I mean, we're talking about swings, 6-point swings in basketball and so on. I mean, that's a run, swing, plus more right there because it really should have been a double play.
I think that's what she was thinking of, Bunker. And here's a surprise. It's going to be Reagan Breedlove that gets the call from the pen to come in and try and pick up the save for Bucks.
And we talked about if it got close, we may see Vaughter. Instead, it's Tatum Boyd still in the bullpen for Stanford.
Reagan Breedlove looking for her first collegiate save. She was getting it up to 73 in her warm-up pitches. And here is Eleni Sparakis. She grounds the first pitch to Bunker. She tags the runner, throws to first to Bird. An unassisted double play. Oh, yeah. Allie Bunker makes up for the error.
Yes, it was a tag, but she kind of got run into. Really good play by her to hold on to the ball and make the play at first. She made up for it for sure.
2 off the base paths, and Stanford no longer has the tying run at the plate. Their last hope is Ali Kaneshiro. Reagan Breedlove comes to the dish. The pitch is 72 miles an hour and high. She is now up to 19 innings in her freshman season and has a 1.47 ERA. 15 strikeouts, 4 walks. 1-0 to Kaneshiro. Pitch is high, 2-0. A matchup we might see a bunch of times before these two are done. A couple freshmen getting to see each other for the first time. 2-0. 2 outs in the 7th. Oregon looking for the win. That pitch missing in. It's 3-0. And waiting on deck is Emily Young, and she's no slouch at all either. No action in the pen. This is Breedlove's inning. Behind 3-0. Looks to the dugout, now to McGowan. Rocks and fires. The pitch is called a late strike. Kaneshiro told to get back in the box after 2 steps towards first. And it's Taya Bird, a fellow freshman, with words of encouragement in the circle. 7-4 Oregon. The 6-run third, so far the difference. The 3-1 to Kaneshiro. Down the middle, called a strike. The count works full. Oregon took game 1. Stanford took game 2, their first one in Eugene since 2011. Here we are in game 3, the 3-2. Missing high and away. 2 on for Stanford with runners on the corners. And the tying run is Emily Young at the plate. She has 3 home runs this year, 7 doubles. She's a .346 hitter at shortstop for Stanford.
Tied for the Stanford high, 25 RBIs on the campaign. What a time for her to get 2, maybe 3 more.
The tying run at the plate. Breedlove's first pitch to Young is a little high, 1-0. 71 from Breedlove. This is her first taste of high leverage Pac-12 action at her dream school in Oregon. 1-0 with 2 outs. Breedlove comes to the plate. Swing and a foul back to the screen to even the count at 1.
It's like Breedlove is pitching high nearly every time, really trying to get these Stanford batters to get under the ball, cause a pop fly.
Lee Thermos now getting up in the bullpen for Oregon. 1 ball, 1 strike. Runners on the corners. The pitch to Young is grounded to third. Tough hop for Sid. Throws to first. Oregon takes game 3. 7-4. The win to Brooke Yanez, the first career save for Reagan Breedlove, and the difference in this one, Adam, that 6-run third inning where Oregon brought 9 up to the plate, and good to see this offense finally break out after a tough road against, well, Vaughter yesterday and Krause yesterday. And how about that stretch